Hello, my fancy people, Fancy Fox 9001 here, and today I'll be going through how you can create your own TF2 dub. First, you want to find Team Fortress 2 in your Steam library. Then you want to go to the cog here in the corner, Manage. Then go down to Manage again, and go to Browse Local Files. Then you should be greeted by your install of Team Fortress 2. You want to go to the folder that's labeled TF, and in this folder, you want to go to the folder that is labeled custom. If you do not have this folder, create it. After going to the custom folder, you want to create another custom folder. You can call it whatever you want. It's just easiest if you call it custom folder or just custom. Once you create the custom folder, you want to create another folder labeled sound. After you create the sound folder, you want to go into the sound folder. And within that folder, you want to make a folder labeled VO. And in your VO folder, this is where you'll put all of your voice lines that you're going to create. So in the description down below, I'm going to provide 3 links. The first 2 are what I recommend. The third one is optional. First, we're looking at Audacity. Audacity is a program where you're allowed to record your own audio and edit audio, and we'll be using it to export the audio to the specifications that TF2 will need for it to function in the game proper. The second link down below is a link to a GameBanana download, which downloads all the TF2 voice lines for you, separated into a bunch of different categories to make it easier to pick up where you left off the last time. And the last link we have is a GitHub link that was updated 6 years ago. So it has all the sounds up till 6 years ago of TF2, and the files will be organized in the way that the game will read them in your sound folder in your that we just went over. So if you wanted to mess with changing more audio than just the voiceover, check this one out. Once you got everything downloaded and set up and put where you want, open up Audacity. Once you have Audacity loaded up, open up your files to where you put your GameBanana or GitHub audio files. Now, don't start a project or name it. All you have to do is click and drag the desired file you want into Audacity. And once you do that, you can hit play, and it should play back the audio for you.
Put dispenser here!
When you do create your custom lines for the game, you don't have to meet the exact timing. I do not know if there's a time cap on the audio files. You can make it shorter or even longer than the original, but I would recommend trying not to do much longer or any shorter. So typically, if you have your mic set up the way you want to, you can hit mute on the original line and then record your version by hitting the record button.
Put dispenser here. Put dispenser here. Put dispenser here.
You can re-listen to the playback by pressing play or
Put
space.
dispenser here.
And I think that's the best I'm going to get right now. Now, right now, my audio is in stereo. And due to my current situation with my DAC, it only records on one end. So if you have a situation like this, you can you go to the audio one, right-click on it, and then split into mono tracks. And then you can just hit the X on the bottom one, and now you have a mono line.
Put dispenser here.
I'm going to cut out a bit of the extra. I'm going to click and drag from the beginning, which will highlight a part of the audio. I'll hit backspace.
Put dispenser here.
Sometimes when you click from the end, you'll have to go to the beginning. Just click right there.
Put dispenser here. Put dis.
Okay, I trimmed it up a bit. And next, I want to do the way the audio form is right now. It's going to be fairly quiet. So you want to make sure your audio file is the only one being played, and you want to watch the output.
Pool dispenser here. Pool dispenser here.
So it's between negative 24 and negative 8 decibels, I believe. We want to make sure the audio is highlighted. Go to Effects, Volume and Compression. We're going to compress it. And I'm going to move it down about to 18, because that's right around where the lowest is. I'll hit Apply. That'll condense most of the audio to that volume. And then what you want to do next, if you want it to be heard very well in Team Fortress 2, is go to Amplify, and it will automatically make it so the audio will be like the highest point of your audio wavelength will be amplified to the maximum without peaking the audio.
Pool dispenser here.
Now, it might seem pretty loud for Audacity right now, but when you get into the game, you'll understand why. Now that you have the audio where you want it to, we can export. Now, you don't have to exit out of this audio if you don't want to. As long as it's mute, it won't be heard in the final one, or you could just close out of it right now if you wanted to. And then you want to go File, Export Audio. And then you want to export to computer. This is a new addition to Audacity. I personally don't like it, but they were acquired by a new company, so it's just something you have to deal with. Go to export to computer. Make sure it's in the correct folder you want to. I recommend creating a folder separate from the Team Fortress 2 install, just in case if there's a situation you have to uninstall TF2, you'll still have your custom voice lines safe for when you need to put them back into the game. Now, depending on what audio you are messing with within TF2, some you have to save as WAVs, but the voice lines, all the ones I've encountered so far, are supposed to be saved in MP3 format. Since we clicked and dragged our original audio into Audacity, it'll already save the file name the same as the original, which you will need it to be named the same for it to work. In the audio options, it's important to have it set to mono. You want it to mono. And then you want your hertz to be 44,100. And then hit export. If you're bulk recording these, an easy way so you don't have to change the name every time, you just clear out all of your audio on your workspace. Then you just click and drag another audio onto your workspace, and it will change the audio name for you. It's just the easiest way to go back to back if you're planning on doing a big recording session with one character. That's how I typically do it. Once you're back over to your files, remember to go to Manage, Browse Local Files, TF, Custom, Sound, VO. Then you take your custom voice lines that you recorded and you put it in your TF folder. And then, to test it, we open the game. And to find out if you did everything correctly, where's the proper line?
Yeah!
Pool dispenser here. Pool dispenser here. Pool dispenser here.
Excuse me, I'm in need of medical attention.
Thanks. Alert! Sentry ahead!
Deploy your teleporter here.
We have taken the enemy's porn. We have dropped the enemy's porn.
All you guys have to remember is that your custom voice lines will only be heard on your client, not other people's. And as of currently, I believe all voice lines, if switched out, should be able to work in casual without any other mods like the casual preloader. I hope you guys have fun making your own TF2 dubs. I'd like to hear some of them. And maybe if you guys want to post some on GameBanana, I'd be willing to stream with custom voice lines if you guys are up to it. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope this was helpful. And remember, do not touch the tail.